So I just got back from the gym. And as I was there, the topic for this live popped into my awareness. And I really like the title because it's what does the gym and Evan Almighty, which is a movie, teach us about resistance, and more importantly, a whole different way to look at it. So I've recently started going back to the gym, and I want to push heavy weight again. So I have a goal. Now, the only way I can achieve that goal is if I embrace, and in many ways you can think about it, create resistance. Because I'm just making up numbers. If I can currently bench press 150 pounds and I want to bench press 250 pounds, if I stay at that current level of resistance, 150 pounds, I'm never going to build the strength to do 250 pounds. And you may go, well, duh, that kind of makes sense. So what I have to do, if I want to become the person that can bench press 250 pounds, is two things. I have to create resistance, and then I have to embrace it. And all the discomfort that comes from creating and embracing that resistance. And so then Source popped this into my awareness. I was reminded of the movie Evan Almighty. And it's got, I can't remember his name. Isn't that terrible? It's got Morgan Freeman in it, and you would know the guy. I actually have it in front of me here, and it's gone now. But anyway, it's about, what is his name? Anyway, the guy's building an ark. He was told to build an ark, and it's a really cool movie. And it'll pop into my awareness here. And so there's a scene in it, and I actually brought it up. It's right there, just to be sure. And so what Morgan Freeman is saying, he says, and this is about God told, I know his name, it's right there, to build this ark. And what Morgan Freeman said is, he's saying, so do you think that if somebody asks for patience, that they would receive patience, or would they be given an opportunity to be patient? And that and the gym sort of just took the whole framework and the context of resistance, and for me kind of turned it on its head. Because have you ever had this happen? And I know you have a goal. Now think of it working out, right? I have a goal. My goal's there. I'm here. I want to work towards that goal. Now here's where, I don't know, in theory, you should be able to just manifest your desires effortlessly, and it just always roses and sunshine, and it just flows. I don't know. I suppose in theory that works. I've met very, very few people, and I know myself, where that's not the case. Here's the thing. At that 150 pound, I'm using that because it's a handy thing. At 150 pound, yeah, you can manifest that. But if you want to manifest 250 pound worth, there's going to be the resistance, embracing the resistance and the work to become that person that can do that. It doesn't just happen like that, and with no effort and with no work, and especially with no discomfort. So you have a desire, whatever it is that you want to manifest. Have you ever noticed this? You get clarity on it. So the 5-step manifesting process, right? First step is creating a perfect desire. Using my gym example, the 250 pounds, right? The second one is living that desire on the inside. So you visualize and you feel the feeling, the feel-good feeling of, in this case, lifting 250 pounds. Then comes a resistance, right? That's the resistance you got to manage and work through. The fourth is inspired action. The fifth is celebrating your victories. So step 3 is a resistance. So you have this desire, you're feeling it. It's got the yum factor, as I like to say. And then it's like the next day, if not even sooner, there's this resistance, and it's often a combo deal. It's going to be something in your physical environment that triggers or initiates the resistance, which is actually taking place in the non-physical, in your mind, in your thoughts, and then you feel it in your body. This is important clarification. You have the desire, you're feeling it. See, there's a key. You're feeling it. It feels good. It's not just a cool little thought. You're feeling it. Then here comes this resistance that seems to be diametrically opposed to the direction you want to go. Okay, so here's the first really important thing to remember. The resistance isn't out there. That's not what you have to, sure I'm going to use that word, have to overcome. It's easy to see that. It's easy to look at that and go, okay, that's this thing, this problem, if you will, this whatever, that's now pushing the exact opposite direction as I want to go. Like, what the hell? But it's not. It may initiate it. It may be the catalyst. It may be the trigger, if you want to use that word, to the real resistance, which is in here. It's in your thoughts. It's in your non-physical. What's our non-physical? In a nutshell, memories, projections into the future, the visualizing, that happens there, and belief systems. So when you've got that desire and you start to feel it, and then here comes this resistance. And I know often the first reaction with me all too many times is like, what the hell? Here I am, and I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm being all spiritual, and all that stuff. And then here, just when I'm, stepping out or I'm moving forward, here's this thing to like block me and stop me. What the hell? If you've asked for patience, would you be given patience, or would you be given the opportunity to be patient? So whatever your desire is, and for me, it's kind of the 5 categories. The first one is, the first 3 you'll be familiar with, health and fitness, right? Health and wellness. The second one is relationships, whatever that looks like. And the third one is, I call it your material world. So it's typically money, but we don't have a good understanding of money anyway. So material things, so stuff, right? Those 3. And then there's 2 others that for me aren't as common, but are common. Is occupation. What do you occupy your time with? And then the other one is geography, as far as travel and moving around and that type of thing. So it tends to be those 5 areas. So you pick something in one of those areas. So this is where I'm at, 150 pounds. I want to go to 250 pounds. Got that. I got my goal. I got clarity on it. I'm feeling it. And then here comes this resistance right here going this way back at me. If you ask for patience, would you be given patience? Or would you be given the opportunity to develop patience? Okay. Here's what I think is happening. I think your, me, source, pick your label, is the one that actually causes the resistance. Remember how I said, here comes the resistance, right? And then we embrace it. So the embracing part is us. But who's responsible for the first one? Who's responsible for creating the resistance? It's so deceptively easy. This is really good to look out here. To look out here and go, that is. Or, now even here is, well, I don't know. I was bad childhood, the whatever, the memories, right? The belief systems. Right? Oh, they're the problem, right? They're coming up. But what if, as soon as you feel that desire, then the next thing you do, your higher selves, again, pick your label, is create the opportunity to embrace the resistance, which is the only thing that is currently hindering you from experiencing your desire. Right? 150 pounds, 250 pounds. Of course I can lift 250 pounds. Not right now. There's a process that needs to be refined. I need to develop my body. I need to refine it so I become the person who can do that. So what if, when those obstacles find you, especially the ones that happen like almost right after you're ready to go, you're all spiritual, you're all doing your manifest and stuff, what if, first of all, There are no enemies that are doing it. Second of all, nobody out here is doing it, even though it may look like it. And even though that may initiate the real resistance, which is in the non-physical, but what if the one that's creating it is you? What if you are the one that's setting this stage? This opportunity to strengthen, to grow, opportunity to be patient, right? To challenge yourself, to create the discomfort, which is all part of the refining and the healing process that will be the catalyst for you to become the person that will naturally manifest the goal that you're working towards. See, I can currently lift or bench press 150 pounds, want to do 250 pounds. If I never create and embrace the resistance, I'm never going to be able to lift 250 pounds. You're just not going to be able to. And what if the same process applies to everything? What if the same process is, here's my goal, here's what I want to work towards, I'm ready to go, here comes the resistance. So rather than, first of all, look for the villains, find somebody to blame, whether it's your past, whether it's out here, whether it's whatever, right? What if we actually see that as value? We see that as, this is the path. This is the path now that I have set up. This is the process that I have set up, so I can embrace this, and then whatever that process is, whether, and it's usually a combination, right? Whether it's learning new skills, whether it's healing old wounds, I mean, that's a real common one, right? Whatever it is that probably won't be comfortable, but you're the one that's creating it, because that's the only way you're going to become the person that will naturally manifest whatever the goal is you want to manifest. And I think the trick is, when that happens, to resist the sort of the reflex to look for who's to blame or to blame. Again, external memories, whatever. The teacher that didn't treat you right in grade 3 or whatever it is. It almost doesn't matter, does it? To resist that and to, it's cliche, but it is true, and to look internally. To take all of this, and you're not attaching blame to yourself either, right? And go, okay, all right, this is the process that if I want to become the person that will naturally experience that, I have to embrace and do whatever I need to do, learn whatever I need to learn, practice whatever I need to practice to become the person that will just naturally manifest the desire. And I think that's incredibly powerful. In many respects, it could change everything. What if it really is all you? What if there are no villains? Again, my spiritual term doesn't make petunias at assholes, right? Facebook will probably delete that. But because it's all about you, and it's all about refining, it's about changing, evolving into essentially a different person. Another way to put it is, you're refining and you're becoming more of who you really are and really are destined to be, because it's in our nature to continue to grow and grow and grow and grow. Right? We never plateau. If you think you're on a plateau, if you think you're not moving anywhere, typically what's happening is you're just changing directions. Instead of growing, you're going this way kind of thing. You're just mucking about sideways, right? Here's in the manual here. I have all sorts. Manifesting manual. I got stuff all over the place. I think in the first part, many of you that have it, it talks about you're in the game whether you like it or not, right? You're in this game of life. And so you can either try and avoid this, try and hide, if you put it that way, if you want to put it that way, but you're going to get your butt kicked because you're in the game. You don't get to sit on the sidelines. Or you can figure out how to play it for your advantage. Anyway, that is what Evan Almighty, I am, He was in the office. You guys are just going to go, I know who he is, you stupid fool. I'm going to look it up. What is it? Oh, man. See, I have to look now. A comment if you know who it is. I know you do. There he is. Yes. Oh. Carvel. Steve Carvel. Okay, I'm done. Just comment it. Oh, that is so terrible. Come on, give me his name somewhere. I've got the screen up behind me. Anyway, well, what the heck. Thanks for tuning in. Share. We're all in this together. Facebook Lives, rebroadcasts, new broadcasts every weeknight, 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. If you want to check out the archives, you can just go to russleteau.com. I'll put it in the comments. And yeah, see you on the web.